Hi, my name is Constance Levins, and I am going to do a PowerPoint on transcendentalism for English 251. I'm going to go ahead and start off with a quote from Emerson. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. We're going to talk about the origin, the Transcendental Club, the beliefs, the influences on other movements, some major figures, and the criticism of transcendentalism. Transcendentalism is 19th century philosophical movement of writers in New England that protested against an idealistic system of intellectualism and spirituality. Transcendentalism took root from Unitarianism, a dominant religious movement in Boston in the early 19th century. Some of our members of the Transcendental Club were George Putnam, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Frederick Henry Hedge, and Margaret Fuller. Transcendentalism had many outlets to get their work out into the world, such as the Christian Examiner, the Western Messenger in St. Louis, the Boston Quarterly Review, and the Dow. The Dow was formed from the Transcendentalism Club with Margaret Fuller as their editor. Transcendentalists' strong beliefs are centered on people, nature, individualism, and intuition. Their main principles are what kept them bonded together to fight injustices around the world. Here are the main principles. I'm going to go ahead and name some of these principles and give you a few quotes that go along with them. Starting with the first one is the quest for truth. Unless your heart, your soul, and your whole being are behind every decision you make, the words from your mouth will be empty and each action will be meaningless. Truth and confidence are the roots of happiness. From Emerson. Individualism. Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Emerson. A strong connection to nature. The lover of nature is he whose inward and outward senses are still truly adjusted to each other, who has retained the spirit of infancy even into the era of manhood. Emerson. The dislike of materialism. The price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it. Thoreau. And last, must rely on intuition. Your genuine action will explain itself and will explain your other genuine action. Your conformity explains nothing. Some important transcendentalists were Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, Margaret Fuller, Amos Bronson Alcott, Frederick Henry Hedge, and Theodore Parker. Transcendentalists were leaders in reform movements such as anarchist, socialistic, communistic schemes for living, women's suffrage, better conditions for workers, temperance for all, modifications of dress and diet, the rise of free religion, educational innovation, and other humanitarian causes. Just like any movement, there is criticism. The term transcendentalist was used as a negative term by critics who thought that their position was beyond sanity and reason. Some of their critics were Nathaniel Hawthorne and Edgar Allan Poe. And that concludes my PowerPoint. Thank you.